RogueCon 23. That's right. It is here. It's not back. It's here. It's the first one. Join the ultimate celebration of digital content with its creators, passionate fans, and industry experts. It is all happening in downtown Waco across multiple venues, January 20th through the 22nd of 2023. Now, if you want to go, you got to get tickets, and tickets are on sale at RogueCon23.com. That's RogueCon, RogueCon 23.com. Be there. I'm going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. Let's go.
Hi, this is Hailey, the face of Waco Girl Does. You're listening to Know Waco. Welcome back to Know Waco. I am your co-hostess with the co-mostess. I am joined with a very special guest today, Taylor. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Thank you. So I'm Taylor Huffman. My husband Brandon and I own Western Belle Farm. It's a new festival farm. We're opening just north of Waco. And we're super excited to be here to talk about it today and hopefully spread the word of what we're doing.
Yeah.
So basically, we are unfortunately not originally from the Waco area, although we fell in love with it. We started vacationing here in 2018, and we would come every year. Some people look at us and they're like, why Waco? Honestly, we really
Fair
don't...
question sometimes. Yeah. I'm at the beginning there.
Yeah, honestly, I really don't know what it is. We just love the city. We love that it's a big city, but not too big. Yeah. It still feels like a small town. The people here are so kind, and we've met a lot of really great people and really cool businesses.
True.
So we're originally from Maryland. We farmed about 450 acres up there. We were a hay and crop farm. It was my family farms. Unfortunately, my father passed away with brain cancer in 2013. So we purchased the family farms in our early 20s and went in over $1 million in debt. Oh, wow. And basically worked our butts off for almost 8 years. And long story short, but we've always loved the Waco area, and we weren't necessarily looking, but someone came to us and offered to buy all our properties in Maryland, and we thought, why not? Life is too short. So we basically sold everything we owned and moved ourselves 22 hours away. And we love it here. So we purchased a farm in West, which is about 10 minutes north of Waco. It's not West Texas. It's the town West.
The kolache mecca.
Yes,
so
that's right.
Good.
I'm learning that that's going to become a thing that people will know our farm in our area for. But so we are super excited to get our farm opening. Our first festival starts May 7th of this year. We're opening with the Sunflower Festival. We actually just announced that we are extending our season through the end of June.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so not an exciting reason why, but long story short, we knew the Texas spring weather was challenging.
Yes.
And we took a risk anyways. We wanted sunflowers in May to try to beat the heat of summer. And unfortunately, it was extremely dry. And we had very cold temperatures, longer than usual.
Right.
So we planted our sunflowers in March, and unfortunately the cold got to them. Oh. So we basically had to do a replant, and we had to improvise and push our festival. So we're still opening as advertised on the 7th, but we're just going to be running our festival a little longer through the end of June.
Hey, well, that's good news for us Wacoans.
Absolutely.
We love a good festival here.
Exactly. And it gives you double the time now, so.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the process of starting a festival here.
Yeah. Lots of fun. So actually, my parents started in the year 2000 with a corn maze at our farm in Maryland.
Oh, super classic.
We were one of the first corn mazes actually in our county, and it was kind of a wild concept at the time. Like people would pay you to come walk through your cornfield. Like what a weird concept. But it ended up really taking off, and we closed it last year on our 22nd year. We had a lot of challenges, but we poured our hearts and souls into that farm. And basically learned a lot. And so now we're taking everything we learned and our experience, and we're opening up our new farm here in the Waco area. So we're excited. The biggest challenge for us so far has been learning how to grow things in Texas.
Yes.
You can be a farmer in Maryland, and when you come to Texas, you learn all over again. So
I'm interested in those differences because I am a city girl. Like I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada, so I'm also a Waco transplant.
Cool.
I know nothing about farming or anything like that, but I would love to know the differences between growing in Maryland and growing in Texas.
Absolutely. So, number one, obviously your seasons are different. For us, they were not getting ready to start planting corn until the last week or two in Maryland.
Okay.
Meanwhile, here they were planting at the end of February. And they typically harvest corn here in like July, I believe. Whereas up there, we're harvesting the end of October, sometimes in November. So the growing seasons are totally different. And honestly, so far for us here, the changes that have been most challenging is the soil is totally different. Not to bore you with farm stuff.
Oh, no, this is it. I love this.
We had a red clay soil in Maryland, which my dad always said, if you can farm this, you can farm anything, because in our area, it was some of the worst soil. So when everyone said, oh, you've got black clay down here, that stuff's awful, I was like, oh, black clay, red clay, what's the difference?
Right.
It sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It's like concrete, and it sticks to the shovel, and you gotta like shake to get it off. It's definitely been fun. It's been a learning process. So where that matters for sunflowers was planting. When you're running a disc or ripping the field up and preparing to plant, and even down to planting and adjusting your planter to get the right seed depth, because that all matters.
Okay.
It's just totally different with this soil. And so anyways, it's been fun. It's been lots of fun. But I'll admit it was really embarrassing to have to be like, hey guys, so we're opening on the 7th of May for a sunflower festival, and we don't have sunflowers yet. But that's the part we've really enjoyed about all of this is we've kind of treated our farm social media like a blog. Like, hey, here's our life. Here's who we are. Yeah, we seem kind of strange, but we love doing this for a living. Yeah. And we're excited to do it here. And we make mistakes just like everyone else, but we're going to put them out there. And we like people. They seem like they've been supportive, honestly. I did a post actually like, hey, we don't have sunflowers, and then sold 25 more tickets. And I was like, that's great. Thanks, guys. But we definitely will have sunflowers. They're just going to be several weeks late.
Hey, that's okay. But tell me a little bit about why sunflowers. I mean,
Yeah.
They are actually, when you reached out to me, sunflowers are actually very important to like me and my family. That was like my Nana's favorite.
Oh.
Like her whole house was covered in sunflowers. And so when you reached out, I was like, it's a perfect match. So tell me a little bit about why sunflowers.
Absolutely. Honestly, I just personally love sunflowers. At our old farm, we did have the most beautiful view and backdrop behind our sunflower field, and I just can't even explain to you the joy it would bring me to work out in the flower fields. Like, you literally get to spend all day in this beautiful backdrop,
Right.
and people are having fun. And we had like 6 proposals in the sunflower field last year at the old farm. The best one was a guy knelt down to propose and opened the box, and there was no ring. So she thought she was like, are you joking with me?
Oh my
Come
God.
to find out, he lost the ring in the sunflower field while walking.
Oh.
With a metal detector, we found it. So that was a pretty cool story. But yeah, we just love sunflowers ourselves. We enjoy growing them. A lot of people ask, we don't actually harvest them for the seed. These are a cut variety, so they're specifically meant to be cut and displayed in a vase. They're not grown for seed. They're about more than double the cost of a field flower,
Okay.
but they're so much prettier. And to me, that's money well spent. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially like in Waco, you have a really great like location for people who like want to come and take the pictures, and like influencers like me, like that'll if you plant them, they will come, you know? So take me a little bit through a day in your life. You're a mom, you are a wife, and you are also, you know, setting up this amazing farm. If you aren't following them on social media, it's super cute. Like, the kiddos are testing out the slide every day. I love your Insta stories. So just take me a little bit through a day in your life.
Absolutely. So our life looks a little different than it used to. I'll share a little bit more of our story. Everyone thinks we're crazy in a sense for selling and moving, but part of the reason was we did work 7 days a week at the old farm. I also had a real estate team and worked full-time in that, and we were farming and running a business with lots of employees. So our move was specifically to be around our kids more and to be as a family together and to actually include them. So it has been a challenge. When it's hot outside and you're out there plugging along on something and the kids are, I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm like, buckle up, Buttercup. We moved you to Texas. It's going to be hot. And they really love it. I posted the other day about we take our daughter to Jana down here to Waco to school. And on the way home, almost always we stop at Home Depot because we need things for our festival. And so I'm constantly posting funny little things about them, like Weston always sleeping everywhere at the farm. But quite truthfully, it's because they're the only two little people I have to take pictures of. Yeah. But they're also, I don't know, they're too funny. Like, it's really funny to see them out there enjoying and testing activities. So they want some friends to come play with at the farms. Hopefully people show up. But yeah, so we're really excited, and follow us on social media because you never know what you're gonna see.
Yeah, of course. I think we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with Taylor from Western Belle Farms.
RogueCon 23. That's right, it is here. It's not back, it's here. It's the first one. Join the ultimate celebration of digital content with its creators, passionate fans, and industry experts. It is all happening in downtown Waco across multiple venues, January 20th through the 22nd of 2023. Now, if you want to go, you got to get tickets, and tickets are on sale at RogueCon23.com. That's RogueCon, RogueCon 23.com. Be there. I'm going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. Let's go.
Okay, we are back with Taylor from Western Belle Farms. We were just talking about kind of a day in her life as a mom and as a person who is setting up this beautiful festival here in Waco. So I just wanted to hear about, so we have the Sunflower Festival coming up. So what are some dream projects for you following this?
That's funny you say that. So pumpkins are really our main thing, believe it or not. So I know we're starting with sunflowers, but we really wanted to try to pull off a spring festival, and I love flowers. So we are going to be doing pumpkins in the fall and doing a full-fledged pumpkin festival. We have at least 5 more activities, big ones, planned to have ready by fall. But my dream one, and I still need to be careful sharing this because I don't want anyone else copying my ideas.
So don't copy.
But I would love to eventually pull off a Bluebonnet Festival.
Oh my God.
I knew Texans had this thing for bluebonnets, but I didn't really understand it in a sense because we didn't have them in Maryland. But I'm not going to lie, when they started blooming here, I was like, I was looking around and I'm like, this is the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen. Borderline, I put it right up there with sunflowers.
There's something really magical about them because as a transplant, I get it. I'm like, okay, it's a bunch of flowers. Like, what is it? But people will pull over on the side of the highway if they see a good patch of them, and there really is something incredible about bluebonnets. I can say that.
Yeah, they definitely are. I think for us, the trickiest part is going to be figuring out the timing. I think due to the weather being really dry this year, from what we have heard and learned, is they were behind schedule. So I think, timing is everything with doing a festival, and you have so many things working against you, the weather being the main one. Even down to when you're open on the weekends. We're only open Saturdays and Sundays. So if it rains, it wipes us out.
Right.
So timing bluebonnets is going to be tricky, but I think we're going to give it a try in the next few years. So stay tuned.
That will be incredible. Give me a call.
I will.
So let me check my notes.
Sure.
I've lost my train.
Yeah, well, you were doing great by memory.
Oh, thank you. This is kind of my job. Let's see. Okay. So I think we're going to do goals for 2022, and then we'll get into like the kind of end of it.
Okay.
So what are some of your goals coming up for 2022?
You know, that's a great question. My goal really is to survive 2022.
Same.
We officially got down here in November of last year. We took off until the end of December, and then we said, okay, January 1, we're going to get going. So really I'd say our goal is to just pull off a couple festivals, get our feet wet, know how it's going to work. What are the differences between Maryland festivals and Texas festivals? A huge thing in Maryland was apple cider donuts. We would sell thousands of apple cider donuts per day at the old farm, and people loved them. They would call and ask if we had them. Mm-hmm. We have been told that down here in Texas, they can't get them to sell. They don't understand why, but Texans don't really go wild about them.
That hurts my soul.
Yeah, I find it honestly really interesting because everywhere I look, there's a donut shop.
Yeah.
And that's more than in Maryland. We didn't have donut shops everywhere. So, I don't know. I'd say our biggest goal is just get through 2 seasons on the farm successfully and, you know, hire and meet great new staff and get the word out in the community and just overall make a place for everyone to have fun and do it successfully.
Yeah. So where is a place that we can all... Woo! Sorry.
That's okay.
I'll start over. Because I had a thought and then it got away from me. Anyway.
That's okay.
So where can we all find you to get involved and also follow your journey with Western Belle Farms?
Absolutely. So I would say the best place where I put the most content is typically Facebook with the stories and our posts. I would also recommend following us on Instagram, go to our website, and at the bottom you can sign up for a newsletter. That's where we'll be posting all of the upcoming festivals at the farm as we announce them. We did just finish hiring staff for our Sunflower Festival, but I am going to need to double our staff for fall. So if anyone has interest in working at the farm, it's a really fun, short commitment job. We usually would have people that would work in the fall for the 8 weekends. It was like 16 days. And it was good extra Christmas money. Mm-hmm. And it's a fun atmosphere. I mean, especially if you're working in a flower field or a pumpkin patch.
Right.
We are going to try to grow pumpkins this year, but we'll see what the differences are. We grew 25 acres of them in Maryland last year.
Oh my gosh.
And they were beautiful. So we're going to hope for the same here. But yeah, follow us along on social media and stay tuned for when we announce probably sometime this summer in like July or August that we're hiring for the fall.
Awesome. So it's been so great to have you in today. I've loved talking to you. I've loved to hear your passion as a fellow transplant who's made this place home. And the last thing I always lead with is, what do you want Waco to know about Western Belle Farms?
That's a great question. So we want people to know that we really do want to create a fun space for the community to come out, to create those annual traditions, to get those sunflower pictures. I used to love at our old farm the stories of people getting engaged and then coming back every year, and then they would have a baby and they'd bring their baby to the farm. And I love creating that space for the community to have fun and have memories. So we're looking forward to that.
Awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys grow. And it's been so great having you today. Make sure to check them out at Western Belle Farms on Instagram and get out to their festival on
May 7th.
May 7th through the end of, or through June.
The end of June.
End of June. Thank you so much for coming, Taylor.
Thank you.
This has been Hailey. I'm signing off. Tune in every Friday for all of the events and activities.
Now that you know Waco, just go. Go, Waco!
This has been a Rogue Media podcast. Join the ultimate celebration of digital content with its creators, passionate fans, and industry experts. It's all happening in downtown Waco across multiple venues on January 20th through the 22nd, 2023. Tickets are on sale now at roguecon23.com.